Hey guys, MC Mura here, and today we're gonna check out the Season 3 balance changes for Mai. She's definitely considered one of the better characters in the previous patch. Many would consider her one of the main villains of the patch, so she was expected to get some nerfs. And what's here is interesting, but honestly I don't think it's that bad. So with Mai, the first change is to her forward walk. Apparently, there was a bug with Mai where she wasn't gaining drive gauge while walking forward. I've never seen that, but I'm gonna take their word for it, so that now should be fixed. The first real change is to her standing heavy punch. This is a nerf and a buff. Standing heavy punch now give her more drive meter when she lands it, so that's pretty cool. But this now have less pushback. And I'm gonna tell you why this is interesting. One of the main strategies with Mai, especially if you got the opponent cornered, was to do this. Heavy punch into the light fans. And because of the pushback of the heavy punch and the fans, you could be spaced like this one, right? You could be spaced to be plus. But now because there is less pushback on heavy punch, this strategy is gonna be harder to execute. Like more often than not, you are gonna get the negative frames. I said it as I'm getting like the +1, +2. But see, it's -1, 0. Yeah, I think it's gonna be trickier to get it going, right? So that is a change, which I think is fair enough. They nerfed her standing heavy kick. It's still -3 on block, which I think is what made this move crazy to begin with, actually, was it being -3. So you don't have to space it even point blank, you're still totally safe. But now this have 22 frames on whiff, and you really feel it if you happen to whiff it. It is easier to whiff punish. There is also like an added hurt box. Bam. Again, the phantom hurt boxes where characters get hit from like far screen, and there's this pushback on block. So on block it leaves you a little bit closer to the opponent, but still it got tremendous range, and you can still absolutely space it so that like you're frame trapping opponent. That's still gonna work. So still a fantastic move all around. It's slight nerf, but again, it's a very, very slight nerf. It's nothing that big. Crouching jab. This got a change where they increase the hitbox upwards. And I imagine this is done so that when you're fighting against like Zangief or Marisa, you're interacting with them as not a low, or like not a lower hitting her hitbox. I haven't seen this yet, and that needs to be checked. Sweep. This got a change where now it have 25 recovery frames on whiff. Her sweep was low-key really good. Take a look at the range. I don't think people really realized how good my sweeps was, especially with her walk speed. The sweep is kind of nuts actually, but now just have a little bit more recovery on whiff. Remember, they buffed the hurt boxes on many of the sweeps, so that's actually really good for her. It's a nerf, but it's not that big of a deal. Now let's talk about the main changes to Mai, what you really came here to see, which are the changes to her fireballs, and there's quite a lot. So the first one is changed to regular fireballs, and the short of it is when she's throwing regular fireballs, it is easier to jump on Mai now. There is like additional hitbox. See this, even if I'm not directly contacting her, her hurt box is kind of extended more, so it should be a little bit easier to jump at her, right? That is the first one. When she's doing the charge, there is an added hurt box as well. So say that I am spacing out like a fully spaced heavy punch, I'm gonna charge, see I'm getting hit now. I am fairly certain this wouldn't get hit in the previous patch, but now it's massive. See, like she's hitting my phantom feet a ton, so this gets hit a lot now. And the biggest change by far is the fact that when the fan gets thrown and it's bouncing, you can backwalk now. It doesn't trigger proximity block. You're not stuck there having to hold it. You can actually backwalk. This is a way to change this, which is interesting, but remember two things. It's gonna depend a lot on the walk speed of the individual character, because Mai herself got like a really fast walk speed, so she is able to backwalk out of this already easier than some of the other characters. You don't even have to backdash or anything, just backwalk gets you out of there. And she still have like a drive rush crouching light kick. So if I am, say that she's doing this, right? If I'm just gonna backwalk, I'm still gonna get clipped, right? So you have to worry about it. You still have to worry about it. And remember, this is a patch where they added perfect parrying, like having to hold the direction for perfect parry. So I still think the situation is still tremendously powerful for Mai, right? Because there is a fan and there is a low, and you're gonna have like different inputs now, where with the fans you have to hold back and parry. For the low you have to hold down back. So the mix-up is still extremely deadly, right? But you're just not stuck there glued. And this applies to the OD fans, this applies to the charged one, to the fire stock one. All of them will have this effect where they are now a little bit easier for you to backwalk out of them. So overall, I think the fan changes are interesting. They're also saying there is a change to this, where like only one fan will bounce if the third one interacted. I've never seen that interaction. I'm not sure exactly what they're talking about, but yeah. Overall, interesting changes. There is one final change to them I forgot to mention, which is the drive meter gain. When you happen to parry this, you are now getting more drive on the parry. Regular parry, perfect parry, you are in general getting more drive meter, which I think is fair enough. The move already is extremely rewarding. It's kind of like a win neutral button, so that's good. Now let's talk about some other changes to the rest of her toolkit, which are good. Light Ryombu. This one now gives Mai a little bit more drive gauge when she happened to connect with it, which is good. One of her main light ender and really good in burnout. Medium Ryombu also will give her more drive gauge, so that is cool. There is a change to her dive kick, which is not a move that you will see often. Previously, Mai would be considered crouching when this dive kick got blocked. So in this case, for example, I got a -5, right? So let's block it. So at this 5, 7, whatever, because she was considered crouching, I wasn't able to get something like this into like the heavy Ryombu, because the heavy Ryombu was high. She would be considered crouching, so the punish would be kind of iffy. Now, because she's standing up, you are getting better punishes on her by Mai herself and a bunch of the other characters, so that's interesting. They changed her light DP, or DPs in general, so that it have better juggle properties. And I think this is to target like a very specific situation, and it's like some specific routing, especially with the flame stock juggles. Like let's say here I have the 4 bars, I did this, I did that, I did this. Level 2 super, I think in this situation you needed the EXDB, but now regular non-meter DB will juggle as well. I think that is a change, and I mean, that's cool. That's an interesting change for Mai. The final change, which is kind of an interesting one as well, is a change to her level 1. And that's interesting. Notice this, she's getting the stocks at the very end. But you just saw it, like the opponent Mai happened to block, and I still got the stocks. Right? So what, wait, I thought they removed it on block. Well, that's where it's kind of tricky. You have to hit Mai after the hitbox end, but before the stocks are registered. So say I did this, she already got them. But if I hit her before the tick happened, she's not getting them. See that? So it's like, so this is weird because she's still in recovery frames regardless, but you kind of have to punish her a little bit earlier. It had just happened at the very tail end, and I think that's fair enough. It was weird that a utility super was giving you like the utility even if it got blocked, but I'm gonna be real, this is Street Fighter 6 where damage was insane. I was never that much in a situation where I got my level 1 super blocked and I got combo punished and was able to make a comeback anyway. Usually they would end me in the spot, so I don't think that's a big deal. The final change is to her level 3. Obviously there is, maybe not obviously, maybe you haven't seen it a lot, but there is like a non-cinematic version. Oh my god, it's gonna be hard to get it. Maybe here. There's like a non-cinematic version of this, and now this have a little bit scaling so that like you can get like an uppercut to juggle at the end here. So now there is a little bit added scaling so that you're not getting crazy damage. Overall, the changes to Mai are effective, but she still got everything she needs to be insanely strong. Like, this is still there. The corner carry, the damage of the Firestock she didn't get any damage nerf. And Mai with Firestocks did stupid damage. She still got her throw loop, which is considered by many to be one of the best in the game. Her situation overall is still great. Normals or hitbox, hurtbox wise are still fantastic. Mai is gonna be great still.